Hello, yes, and welcome to our Objective 4.4 sample problems where we are going to practice solving quadratic equations by completing the square. So let's dive right in here. Let's look at letter A. M squared minus 14m plus 33 equals 0. All right, step one, make sure our leading coefficient's 1. We're good there, so I'm going to subtract 33 from both sides. I'll say m squared minus 14m plus blank equals negative 33 plus blank. Now, to find what I add in the blank, remember, I do b divided by 2 squared. So that'd be negative 7 squared, so that would become 49. So I add 49 to both sides, I get m squared minus, now I can factor this. So I'd get m minus 7 squared equals negative 33 plus 49 is 16. You can take the square root of both sides. Remember, whenever I take a square root, I need that plus or minus, so plus or minus 4. So add 7 to both sides now to get m all by itself, and I get m equals 7 plus or minus 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. 7 minus 4 is 3. So m equals 11, or m equals 3. Very nice. All right, let's look at letter B. N squared minus 7 equals negative n. So I'm going to add n and 7 to both sides so I can get this set up how I like it. So I'll say n squared plus n plus blank equals 7 plus blank. All right, so remember, my b value in this case is 1, so 1 divided by 2 squared. So 1 over 2 squared would be 1/4. So that's what I'm going to add to both sides. Now, 7 over 4 is 28. So this is 28 over 4 plus 1 over 4. So I'm going to get 29 over 4 here when I factor this. So n plus 1/2 squared equals 29 over 4. And then we can take the square root of both sides. Remember our plus or minus. So I'll say n plus 1/2 equals plus or minus the square root of 29. The square root of 4 is just 2. So subtract 1/2 from both sides, subtract 1/2, and I get n equals negative 1/2 plus or minus the square root of 29 over 2. And that would be my solution. Very nice. All right, let's look at letter C here. 4x squared plus 6x equals 29. So this time our leading coefficient is not 1, which means my first step is divide by 4. Got to divide by that leading coefficient. When I do that, I get x squared plus 3/2 x plus blank equals 29 over 4 plus blank. All right, we might get some gross numbers here. That happens with completing the square. Sometimes it works out really pretty. Sometimes it just straight up doesn't. So we get 3/2 over 2, so that would be 3/4 squared. So this will become 9 over 16. 9 over 16. Oh, this is going to be fun. So let's see. We'll have x plus 3/4 squared equals 29/4 is equal to what over 16? So if I multiply 29 times 4, would that be 16? 116, I believe, because 25 times 4 is 100. I need 4 more times 4. Plus 9 over 16. Okay, so I'm going to get 116 plus 9, so that will be 125 over 16. Adding fractions, an essential point. If we do decimals, it just doesn't work out, right? We have to be comfortable adding fractions here. So now I'm going to take the square root of both sides. When I do that, I get x plus 3/4 equals plus or minus the square root of 125. Well, I can definitely factor out 25 from that. So that'd be 25 times 5. And the square root of 25 is 5, so I'd have 5√5 over the square root of 16 is 4. Subtract 3/4 from both sides to find that x equals negative 3/4 plus or minus 5√5 over 4. Voila. Not bad at all. All right, last one, letter D here. 5a squared minus 6a minus 18 equals negative 2. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. All right, I'm going to add 18 to both sides. So I have 5a squared minus 6a equals 16, and then I need to divide by 5. Got to get that coefficient equal to 1. So I'll get a squared minus 6/5 a plus blank equals 16/5 plus blank. All right, now 6/5 squared. Oh boy. So 6/5, half of that would be 3/5. 3/5 squared is 9/25. Yep. So I need to add 9/25 to both sides. So when I do that, I would have a minus 3/5 squared equals 16/5 plus 9/25. So I'm going to need to multiply 16 times 5. 16 times 5 is 80. So I'll have 89/25. Take the square root of both sides, square root. So I have a minus 3/5 equals plus or minus the square root of 89/5. Add 3/5 to both sides, so a equals 3/5 plus or minus the square root of 89/5. And there we have it. Hopefully these examples helped us out. Hopefully we're comfortable adding fractions. Be sure we always have that common denominator when we do it. Hopefully we're comfortable with this process. If we need more practice, definitely reach out to me. We'll work on this in class as well. Otherwise, if you're feeling like you want to give it a shot, definitely get started on those practice problems. We'll see how we go. All right, this is Mr. Carter signing off. I'll see you next time.